Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer and I'm playing Europa Universalis. Now we're in the third round of the second age, and it was a terrible round for the Austrians. They are losing their war against Poland, but in a way that was just horrible. They really got quite a bit into depth. They have 3 loans to get a reasonable sized army into play. They also had to lose stability because they wanted money, and therefore they had to pay admin. There's a couple of things going on here that I don't want to go too much into detail now, but they had to really make sacrifices to get a good army into play, and it was absolutely wiped out by the Poles. And there was not even a chance. It was ridiculous. The king was killed, and the Austrians took 15 losses, while the Poles only took 4. And yes, the Poles have a more advanced army. They have cavalry, they have cannons, they have a solid general, but still, that was not to be expected. A complete disaster for the Austrians. So the only good thing for the Austrians is that the Poles only have 3 cubes left, so that will allow them basically to take Royal Hungary, but not much more. They have cannons, but they're gonna still need 2 cubes to take all these areas out or siege them, and then they only have a single cube, which would be enough for an activation of the army, but yeah, it doesn't. It's not enough for another siege. So that's the good news for Austria. But it will take them some time to recover from that, simply because of all the debt and the loss of the leader, stability, not good. But okay, I mean, that's the price you have to pay. You could argue that is the price of power if you are so much in the lead, right? Then everybody is kind of picking on you. The Poles just paid a cube, and that allows them to take 2 of these cities, and they can now siege 2 areas here, or 2 provinces. Okay. There we go. And 1 cube is enough because of the cannons. Then we go to the Turks, and let's see what they do. No, wait a second. They will also just simply siege down here another city in Egypt. Oh God. There we go. Okay. And the French. Now I've learned something. A viewer pointed out that when the bot wins a war and he holds more than, I think it was when he holds more than half of the provinces, that is actually sufficient for a total victory. I gotta check that. I'm not sure where that was. Here, yeah, the bot may occupy the NPR's capital in provinces of a tax value. What? No, that's not it. No, yeah, that is actually true. Exactly. Here, if you it's a total victory. Usually, if a human player plays, you need everything, right? But here, if they control the capital and the provinces of tax value equal or greater than half of the non-player realm's income, then that would be enough to annex all the enemy provinces. Wow. I just realized that. Yeah, that is pretty crazy. So that would mean that, for example, Genoa would be captured if they also control. Actually, Genoa in itself would be enough to take out also Caffa and Corsica. So last time when we attacked Genoa, I kind of cheated her in a disadvantage for the bot because I had to give it back, but now it clearly seems it's good enough. And it also seems that the Turks will be able to take out the Mamelukes pretty easily because they control they will control the capital pretty soon. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6. That's exactly half of it. So it seems the Turks will be having it's going to be pretty easy for the Turks to take out the Mamelukes eventually. That seems to me extremely powerful. Especially when it comes to these dynamic non-player realms, which are fairly large. Makes it really pretty easy to take them out. But okay. So let's see what the French do. They are not under attack. They cannot siege, though I guess they simply draw another bot card. And that says, oh, wait a second. No, yeah, they would definitely draw a bot card. That says diplomacy. That costs them 2 cubes. A card is discarded. And let's see what they do. So the bot has an alliance and a marriage. I'm not sure if it would be possible to have diplomacy usually you could not subjugate, I think, if you are at war, for example, which the bot is. But I guess here that doesn't count. Okay, anyway. So yes, he has an alliance and a marriage with Provence. He has a higher tax income. He does not have the cubes required. So that means he adds 2 cubes into the target's area. So right here, and now he has what is necessary because he also has a marriage. Now as the alliance would be not possible because we already have one, he also cannot enter a royal marriage because they have one. And then it says add 2 cubes in areas where no cubes have been placed this turn. Okay. Prefer target areas then adjacent to bot. I assume that would be actually here because this is also the target. So I'm going to throw 2 more cubes in here in Anjou. And he's not at peace, so that means the turn ends. Okay. And then it's the Spaniards. So I think the Spaniards want to actually take the comet sighted. because that gives them control over the Portuguese expansion. That's kind of important because I've seen it already happen that the Portuguese actually they simply placed, or they expanded exactly in the regions where the Spaniards had their claims. And that's an interesting weapon to screw with other players when it comes to colonization, right? The Portuguese are nasty when it comes to that. And I can see that happen here, for example, in England too. So, in New England. Okay, so the comet sighted, I think I'm going to go with a second. All players lose 1 stability. I don't like that. You gain 2 and may discard up to 3 milestones. I don't know. It's an omen. Choose an area adjacent to your realm. All players with a city in this area lose 1 stability. That sounds a little more interesting to me. I'm not quite sure. I mean, I would love to pick that. Sadly, the French don't control this area yet. Do I want to bring Austria into deeper trouble? Maybe. Why not? They are so far in the lead. It would be great to slow them down. Yeah, I'm going to choose Lombardy as a player, or as an area, and that means all players with cities in this area lose a stability. So the Austrians lose even more stability, which brings them into this really, really terrible situation now. And now we do the secondary effects. We have down here a native uprising. So that's not great. I either take I think all players actually have to take a stability loss and they lose a colonial cube. But if you're the one who triggers that, you can actually choose what's supposed to happen. It's not a stability loss. I'm already confusing that. It's an unrest. That's all that happens. I think I'm going to give away the colonial cube, and that's all that happens then. So it's okay. Okay, so the Portuguese, I think I'm going to take New England with the Portuguese. And with the Mamelukes, I'm not even sure if I still have markers for them. No, I don't have any more markers. Now what you can do is, the rules say if you're out of components, you can simply pick a marker from somewhere on the board and then place it in one of these areas. I think, I'm not sure. There are clearly not enough markers here. I'm actually thinking about maybe taking a replacement. I want the Mamelukes to get the option to grow bigger. You know, I don't want them limited. I think what I'm going to do is, because all these will go away anyway, I'm simply going to take these underneath now. And I'm going to place one here in Trebizond. No, that's not adjacent. Well, let's place one here in Mush. There we go. That is an adjacent area, so that is possible. And the last thing that happens is that the squares will take an illness, And that, we'll see who is hit by that. Okay, so that means first this guy, Francis, my great diplomat, dies. That is really a shame. Henry VIII dies. Okay, I didn't realize that. That's bad news, obviously, for the English. Also, this great strategist here, Armand, goes away. Hussein dies. Holy shit, that is a that's really, that has quite an impact. Yeah, that's it. Okay, that's it. But so the Austrians and the English at the moment have no king. Yeah, that's not a good thing. Can the English... Okay, so the English have this guy here, Francois. So they can replace that guy, but I think I want to wait. Maybe we will see someone better showing up. So let's wait with that a little bit. I think it's also possible. It's still possible to replace him later. Let's check out the next card. Okay, that is Dutch declare independence. Add unrest to all Dutch core provinces with a town or vassal on them, which is nothing. And place orange markers below these. This is a problem because I don't have any orange markers anymore. So I guess I'm going to take all the ones that are that will be taken by the Turks from the Mamelukes. Place orange markers on all the remaining Dutch core provinces. Oh no, that's what? Oh yeah, okay. The Netherlands leaves the Holy Roman Empire, and the emperor loses one authority if at least 3 provinces join the dynamic player realm. 5 rebels appear in the Netherlands if there is at least 1 unrest there. So that's not going to be the case. We have a... Oh yeah, we have the struggle for the Balkans triggered. You can see that here. We have faith, the spread of faith, and we have rebellions. So there's a lot going on, and we have the triangles triggered, and I think that could mean, well, a couple of death advisors at least. Okay. Okay, the English want to do another exploration now that here the claim against England is gone, which is, that's really stupid. So, against New England, I'm not sure where I actually want to go. I think I have to try North America again. That's the only place I have a ship. I mean, I could take one of my other ships, sail towards South America, just in case I would roll a 1, but I would not get there. It wouldn't work out. No, I cannot get to sea. So I think I have to explore and hope not to roll a 1. And of course I roll a 1, so I'm going to spend a diplomacy cube and re-roll that. Okay, that's a 2. I gotta spend another cube, so that because of the skull, but it was a successful exploration, and that allows me to grab another claim, and I can now, Yeah, I'm not sure. I think I'm going to go with Canada here. Okay. So, yeah, it's a bit of a shame. These Portuguese, they they really make your life tough when you want to explore. That's kind of a neat idea to use them to steal your claimed territories. That gives you some competition. So the Austrians, they take the witch trials. There's $4 on this, which is nice. Let's do some change here. So you gain a military cube. They got a lot of military cubes. And unrest. So, I'm not sure. I don't know, I might just take one here or so. Shouldn't be so bad. Then twice, pick an area with towns that is either a Catholic area adjacent to a Protestant area or vice versa. And add unrest to 2 towns or cities in this area. Now I assume we're talking about different areas here, right? You cannot pick the same area twice, I guess. Players with towns in the targeted areas or area adjacent to them, that would be me. Nah, not necessarily. Lose 1 stability. Okay, that's tough. Well, I'm at 0 stability, so it doesn't really matter anymore. Players with the tolerance idea may immediately remove all unrest thus gained in an area by placing a diverse faiths token in that area. Okay, so now let's see. I think I definitely want to hit Wielkopolska and yeah, so I'm not even sure if I want to I'm not sure. So basically I can choose to take the unrest or to place a diverse faith token there. Now what do the Poles want to do here? I guess the Poles choose to take the diverse faith token. We just have to find it. This one, yep. So we're gonna, yeah, so this one here has now diverse faith. And then they lose a stability. That happens no matter what. And I cannot lose a stability because I'm already at -3. Okay. And we can do that same thing again, only in a different area now. So, I mean, there's also an adjacency here. I still control this space or this province, so therefore I could do it here in Mazovia. And I think we see the same thing. The Poles will take another diverse faith token. And wow, that cost them another stability. That was pretty painful. Okay, and that's it. Now we go to the rebel phase. Oh, wait a second, that was the last thing was actually not possible. It doesn't have to be adjacent to me, it has to be adjacent to Protestant areas. So that was a mistake. I cannot place it here. So the Poles will get their stability back. So let's see where I could do it. I think I probably want to hit the French then. So yeah, why not? I mean, I'm not sure what else would be an option. I mean, no, that doesn't. Okay, so I think that with the bot, I want to hit Loire. Or with the French player, I want to hit Loire, which is adjacent to Burgundy. So that gives them... Wait, that... yeah. And now they got the choice if they want to take the diverse faith. And I'm not sure, there is no instruction in the... There is no instruction in the booklet or in this sheet which tells you if they want to do that or not. So I'm going to roll a die. On a 1 to 3, they're going to take the diverse faith there. They don't. So that means they keep the... So I'm going to give them a bunch of unrest there. They're going to keep that. They lose a stability, which gives them another unrest. And so, okay. If bots lose stability, they take instead unrest. Oh, actually, I'm not even sure if they have the tolerance idea. No, they don't. So it would not happen. Oh, you know what? I think I've seen something like that. Yeah, I think it said actually, if the bot has the tolerance idea. That's weird. It says all player rounds with tolerance idea get none. All player realms except the resolving bots gets one. I think that's the case when the bot actually plays that thing. Otherwise, yeah, I don't know. It's a weird card when you play it on a bot. That's a bit odd. But okay, so I guess that's what happened here. Now we have to roll the rebel dice, and let's start again with the Austrians. They only have to roll a single die. I think I'm going to roll here for Tyrol. Okay, so I lose a unit. That's okay. Doesn't matter. And let's do the Poles. Now they can reroll twice. So first we roll here. Okay, that's a rebellion. So that means that we see a quick battle, which probably won't have a lot of impact. So let's see. Okay, yeah, that was definitely a hit, but maybe the rebel, no, the rebel didn't hit. So no effect there, basically. And then we have unrest down there. Oh, that goes away. And we have unrest here. Oh, I could have re-rolled that, but okay. Didn't matter. We have a rebellion. Gonna re-roll that. And that cost the Poles $2. I mean, after that massive expedition, they're kind of running out of cash. But they have a huge income, so I guess it's fine for them. We also have to roll here, I just realized that. Okay, that's another $2. Okay. I think that's it. Let's go to the Turks, and they have a ton of unrest because of that war. So let's see. I think, was there a maximum or something? I think they can only lose a single die. a single cube, but I'm not sure. Was there a maximum of die they roll? Let's see. Yeah, the bots actually roll a maximum of 5 dice. So let's do this. They have 6 unrest, all in these newly gained territories. So let's see, we have... Okay, that was pretty awesome. So 2 of them go away immediately. So let's do it alphabetically. 1, I guess this one here. That's pretty great. And we have a rebellion. Okay. Now I assume that the bot can choose where that happens. And I assume he will choose an area where he is actually sitting. So therefore, or where his army is sitting. So let's, but I'm going to roll the other 2 dice first. Okay, and then he loses a cube. Okay, so 1 cube goes away, and then we have a rebellion. Let's see how that works out. Yeah, the bot will take the rebellion where his army is. That means he might actually lose his army now, which is kind of funny because then he would not be able to... That's a very interesting situation. Usually, if he would have taken the capital, he might have even had a chance to take the Mamluks completely out, because he only needs half of the areas. But if he can't do that now, because of the rebellion, that whole situation would be completely different. So let's see, he only has a single unit there, which that's the thing that makes it funny. So we have a single rebel, and that unit is actually taken out. Okay, so therefore the army goes away. That's funny. So the French also have to roll 5 dice. The 3 unrest here, and then in these war areas. Okay, so that means they lose a cube. All of these results in the end mean they lose a cube, because that's a little different for the bots. And they have a single rebellion, and that is in Corsica. So therefore, also we have to roll a die. Okay, nothing happens. The rebellion is crushed. The Spaniards, yeah, okay. Again, Gibraltar. Do they have tolerance? No. Oh man, let's hope we don't have another rebellion there. We'll see. And we don't. So the Spaniards lose here a unit. That's okay. And anything else? I don't think there is more unrest. That's pretty good. So the English also have a lot of, quite a bit of unrest going on. So the 2 in Ireland first. Okay, so one of them goes away, which is nice. Let's take this one. And then we have a rebellion. And so we got a fight there. But we don't have an... Oh, you have only a single guy standing there. Okay, so we attack. And we didn't manage to destroy the rebels. But the rebels destroyed the English army. Oh boy! Luckily, it's a core province of the English, but that sucked. Oh no, that's not true. We just placed a couple of guys there. It's because we had a fight. But yeah, that definitely kind of sucked for the English. Then we see more roles in Wales. Okay. Northumberland. Oh God, that's another rebellion. Holy shit. Yeah, no tolerance there. So York is a rebel town. And East Anglia. Okay, that's $2. So it clearly seems that the English have some work left here for this turn. Now we have two types of infectious faith, the Counter-Reformation and the Protestantism. So things are now getting a little more complicated. We can choose which type of infectious marker we want to place, and I'm not even sure. I think the Austrians picked that event. So that means we can place a counter-reform marker, and I'm going to place that in Bohemia. So we're going to just simply flip that, I guess. Okay. There we go. And then it says if there are more clusters in play and you have placed less than four markers this turn, place a new marker next to another cluster. Okay, so now I can basically, there are different clusters of the different counter-reform areas, but I could also choose I could also place a Protestant token, I guess. So why not mess with the French a little more? I think I want to do this. I don't see a reason why I should not. I'm going to place a Protestant token. Well, maybe actually I'm going to flip Seine and make that Protestant. This is adjacent to Burgundy. So that should be possible. And now we have more clusters in play. But I have already, okay, we have more clusters in play. So now I got to place another one, and this time it has to be a counter-reform because this cluster has already been activated. I could, adjacency means also by sea, so I can make this area counter-reform because we have a counter-reform marker here. So if we go across the Adriatic, we can make Venice counter-reform. And then we have one more. Less than 4, it says. If you have placed less than 4, place a new to another cluster. But if there is more than one infectious faith in play, and you have already placed 2 of one type, you must place one of another type. And this is where it's getting interesting, because I wonder, well, I think this is another cluster over here. So actually I think I have to help the English now. So yeah, I guess I simply place one Protestant marker here, which is the one of the other type now. Okay, that's it. Last card this round would be, oh, the Virgin Queen. That's good news for the English. They definitely need that. That was good. That we have this interregnum there otherwise. But luckily, the Virgin Queen showed up. Okay. Add unrest and 2 rebels in Northumbria. That's not great. England may pay 1 admin to develop a small town into a large one. They can afford that. They have that. Found London Stock Exchange. England gains stability and ducats equal to their number of deployed light ships. Wow. That is pretty awesome. They have... yeah, they got a lot of ships. That's nice. Or reinforce the navy. England may build up to 3 ships at half cost. I mean, that's also great. So, that's really cool. That's pretty awesome. And the cool thing is that the English still have an event to pick. I wonder if the Dutch independence will even happen. There's a good chance that it won't, because there's a ton of money on the wars of religion. And, well, actually, that doesn't matter because... So here's the thing. I'm pretty sure the English will pick the Virgin Queen. And then the Turks are left, and there's simply a high probability that the leftmost card will be picked. So, because it's a bot. So it's not unlikely that the Dutch independence will not happen. So this whole area is pretty quiet in this game. There, first the whole this whole Burgundian succession thing didn't really work out because nobody was married, and then we have no Dutch independence. Yeah, okay. So it's the Poles, and they're simply going to do another siege, which gives them Sopron. Oh, I'm going to place a token there, of course, a marker. And I guess that's all they do for now. And we go again to the Turks. And now they don't have an army on the board anymore, so their immediate war efforts will stop. And they do unrest, or if they had... No, they will do an unrest action. So, I think they're going to follow the... First they got to spend 2 bucks, I guess. Yeah, they got to spend... Oh, wait a minute. No, yeah, they're still at war, therefore they still continue doing stuff. They spent 2 cubes, and they will remove 2 unrest. And again, I'm not sure they're actually able to do it. I think they're not, because at least not from the occupied cities. I gotta check that. Actually, this is the case here. The guy doesn't own these areas. So therefore, he cannot do that. He cannot do the unrest. Instead, he will use a cube and do the focus war action. So that cube goes in here, and then they will simply discard another one of these cards here. And that was the bot's action. And now we come to the French bot, and they're also going to draw a card, I guess. Although, yeah, they are at war, they definitely will draw a card. And that says convert. And this is possible for them. So let's check that. First, they also have to pay a cube. I'm going to go back to the convert action. I think they might even get points for that. So let's see. Yeah. Yeah. Convert the area to state religion. Yeah, so that means I'm not sure which one. Do I do this one or do I do that one? Here I don't own this one, so I can't do it. I think I'm gonna convert this one here to counter-reform again. And that allows me to score 2. It's interesting. I could actually also do this one because it's the same state religion, which is, yeah, it's an interesting one. Or by realms with the same state religion. So it doesn't really matter in this case. I think I'm going to do this one anyway. So that allows me to score 2 more. Oh no, that's not the Austrians. It's the French. They score 2 points. And that's it. What the Spanish want to do is they're going to spend a cube, I guess, and get rid of the unrest. I really don't want to lose Gibraltar again. So I guess that's something I like to do here, and that's this action. The English, yeah, they got a couple of problems now. Oh, wait a second. And they do this. Yeah, I think they can score this now. The Church of England. The state religion is Protestant or counter-reformed. Maximum one of your areas does not have the state religion. That is the case. Ireland does not have the state religion, all the others do. So we're good. That gives me 3 cubes in total in any areas with my state religion. So I'm Protestant. So I think I'm going to throw 4 cubes into Scotland, which might then allow me to do an annexation in the near future. No, wait a minute, they are not Protestant yet. Well, that ain't too hot. So where do I want that? Oh boy. Yeah, so this is now a really strange choice here. Where do I want to go with these 3 cubes? There are not many options. I might actually consider placing them here in Saxony. You know, maybe I can get a small colony or something like that. Maybe I can ally with them and, I don't know, maybe I can even vassalize them. I mean, this is weird, but I don't know, you know, there's nothing else Protestant there. So, kind of sucks. So that means I score 3 points. And yeah, the English are still doing good. No longer controlled by a bot, but they are still doing good. They're scoring points. So the Austrians have a lot of military power. But they don't have the army to destroy the Poles. However, they might consider maybe attacking Croatia and Bosnia, which will make a lot of sense because we still have that struggle on the Balkans, which will be triggered this turn. So this means points, right? You get points for that stuff. So I could hire an army and or recruit an army and then try to attack here. I just have to make it in a way that I do not get attacked by the Poles. And this is a bit of a tricky situation here. I might also considering attacking Dalmatia, which might be easier, but I'm not sure about that. Maybe not. The Poles cannot march through neutral territory, I think, and also not through hostile territory. So if I attack here Dalmatia, they cannot reach me. The Poles have only a single cube left. So, but yeah, I gotta be careful. I don't want to get my army wiped out by them, which would then give them another cube, and then they could use that to siege even more territory. So this is, it's kind of ugly. Here is, I don't know if I have the time to do all that. The English still have a lot of cubes, but still, it's gonna be close. The bots, they will probably get, they will definitely do each another action. So we got definitely 2 more rounds. So, I don't know. That's tricky. It really is not easy to decide what I want to do here. I could fabricate a claim here, for example. That would cost me... I could even simply march in. Because I cannot lose any... Oh, that's crazy. I cannot lose any stability anymore. So, I don't know. Maybe I can simply march in. There is no penalty anymore, I guess. Let me check that. If I declare war... Lose 2, which you have no casus belli. Yeah, I can simply do that. I don't have to care anymore. I simply could attack these guys, and that is kind of cute. So basically all I have to do is I have to recruit an army. That's cool. I could do that immediately. I could declare war, recruit an army. That's awesome. I'm going to do that. It really sucks, but you know, once you are really, if you are so poorly with your stability, you can really mess around with the other people. That's a bit of a questionable thing. But I think I can do that. So I'm going to declare war on all these guys here, without even having a claim, but okay. Do I want to declare war on all of them? That's an interesting question. Yeah, why not? Why not? Let's do it. I think I can do that. I only have 2 units, so this is a bit of an issue, but I have enough cubes to refresh units. So yeah, I'm going to spend another cube to refresh units. I can refresh 3 that way. I have cannons. So you know what? I gotta be a little careful. I don't want to go crazy. So I don't want to go too crazy. I want to spend these $10. And I'm going to recruit the 5 infantry. There we go. This is it. So I think I can do all these things with a single action, because refreshing units is a free action that just costs you a cube. It doesn't cost an action. It's a minor action. The declaration of war is the cube, and then if there is no direct battle, which there would be though, because we have a ship here. So you know what? I'm not declaring war against Albania. I'm only declaring war against these guys, Serbia, I guess, and therefore there will be no battle, and that means we're sitting here now, and yeah, that's fine with me. I'm okay with that. I don't want to lose that ship. It gives me the option to trade here with the Adriatic. I don't have much money. I don't want to buy another one. So I think that's okay. And now we're simply going to do the fight. So I'm going to attack. They have, okay, they are wiped out. And now they fight back. They have 2 units. So they did 1 damage. And that is totally fine. And that gives me back my cube. So that went really, really well. Okay, so, and we got to place a war marker here. Okay, so at that point, I want to load it up. Maybe the Austrians, I mean, that was a bad hit against them, right? If not so much for the territory, which it was, but okay, they gained back, or they will gain back something here, but it all obviously brings them also in a worse strategic position against the Poles they have now. They are now adjacent to their capital and all, so that isn't great. The protection with the mountains is no longer there, so it kind of sucks here. But and there's also no real connection between, you know, their realm is split in half at the moment. We have this area here, Hungary and Serbia, and this Austrian part here, which is a little odd. But apart from that, although that's not true, we have a vassal here, so technically there would be a land connection possible. But what was I thinking of? Yeah, so the economical damage and also the loss of stability is definitely an issue, and it's going to be not that easy for the Austrians to recover from that. Yeah, so, but hey, I thought it would have been worse. I thought they basically would lose everything here or sometimes, but it wasn't quite that bad. Okay, so I'm gonna load this up now, and yeah, hope to see you in the next video. Bye. Okay, I made a mistake, and in a way I'm glad I did. So it's not that easy for the Austrians to simply move in there. And it shouldn't be, right? So the fact that if you are low in stability and you lose stability and it all doesn't matter anymore, that's not the case. It says here, if you lose stability when at -3, you instead lose 2 admin per step. If you do not have enough admin, you must lose 1 cube of another type for each missing admin. So that means I would actually have to pay 4 cubes to do this without a claim. And I don't want to do that. So it's a little tricky. I think what I do now is I'm going to go back here. I'm going to place the army here. I imagine, so yeah, I will declare war next turn and then kind of simply place the army on the board. I already paid the cost and everything, so yeah, that should be fine, but I'm gonna pay a single cube, and it only costs me a single cube because it's a power struggle country to fabricate a claim there. And that's it. Will I still have the time to do all these things? I think there is a good chance that I will, because I basically only need 2 more turns, right? I declare war, have the fight. If I win and I have enough siege power, I should be able to do then the siege in a single turn, and then I'm okay. So therefore, I think that's also fine for Austria. But it's, now this goes away for now, but it's something important to note, and I'm glad that it happens that way. Otherwise, the -3 stability would be not such a big pain. You know, you could simply basically do whatever you want to do, but and don't take another penalty. So yeah, that's not so hard. Okay, so see you. Bye. There's another problem. Sorry, I'm back again, and that's because of the witch trials. So here's the thing. Players with cities in targeted areas or areas adjacent to them lose stability. And I didn't do that because I thought the Austrians are already at the bottom. That is not true. It's very hard to go back here, because actually okay, so let's see. We have it here, and the problem is the Austrians have an area, have a town there, and we have exactly the same thing here. I mean, that's hard to repair, right? I cannot remove 8 cubes from the Austrians. I mean, obviously they would have not done it that way. They would have chosen some other areas. And we already rolled all the rebel dice and all that crap. So do we want to give, I'm not sure if there is anything I can do here. Players with, pick an area with a city that is either Catholic adjacent to a Protestant or vice versa. Okay. Let me find such an area first. Let me see if there are other options. And possibly an area that is not adjacent to me. So this is actually very hard to do. It's for the Austrians is really bad, because all the areas here in the center which have a city are also adjacent to Austrian areas, right? Even that one, at the time when this thing was picked, it was adjacent. This area, this was still an Austrian city, Sopron. So, but wait, I could also. I might have to go instead to England and then give. I think I have to really go back here and try to fix that. I think what I have to do is I have to actually go back here. So I'm not gonna pick this area, which means the Poles get back their stability. And I'm not gonna pick this area, which means 2 of these cities will go back, and I'm gonna give them a cube back. Okay. Instead, I will screw with the English. This is the only thing that makes actually sense. So what I can do is I can now place, pick an area which is Catholic. Okay, I'm going to place, oh boy, I'm going to pick these 2. The English do not have tolerance. So therefore, but wait a minute. Oh boy, this is getting more and more crazy now because the spread of faith. So this was Catholic before. I remember that too. But I can actually pick this and make these two guys. And that was Catholic. So I can also pick these two cities. Wow, that's tough. But I can do that. So there's massive religious unrest now in England. Yeah, it can be a Catholic area adjacent to Protestant or vice versa. To add to unrest, they lose one stability. I think the English only lose a single time the stability. It says players with cities in the targeted areas lose one stability. Okay? And then, yeah, that's it. But I got to roll for these also. So this is tough for the English. This is brutal. So let's roll for Northumbria, the 2 additional dice here. Oops. Okay, so the English here, they lose an additional manpower. And then we're going to do the same thing in East Anglia. Okay, that's a revolt and also a manpower. And England is fucked. They are in a terrible situation now. So we have another revolt, this time here in Oxford. Yeah, that is really, really bad. But I'm going to repair another unrest for the bot because that was the unrest that he took for taking the stability loss. So France is fine, but England is fucked. I mean, they're really doing badly now. Okay, I think I now repaired that. So that was all because I missed that a stability loss at -3 still has a massive impact. And in a way, it's even worse. Yeah, I mean, you lose 4 cubes, which is horrible. Okay, so yeah, this is it now. See you. Bye.